If you are going to appear HSSLC exam in 2023, then you just might want to check this out a little more seriously. There are slight differences in the format of business letters depending upon the institution, location, or even sometimes depending on your teacher. However, the format suggested by the NBSC text of class 12 is this. Now, there are 12 points that you need to remember. 2 points being drawing a neat border and putting everything in the left lion, and the rest 10 points are sender's address, day, receiver's address, salutation, introduction, body, conclusion, and yours faithfully or sincerely, sender's name and signature or designation and address, and number 10, enclosed documents or receipts. One thing that normally careless students do is not read the question carefully. Even in the writing section, many students lose marks because of their carelessness, because of not reading the question carefully. Check the details given in the question, because most of the time you will find that in letter writing questions, business letter writing questions, you will find the details, the number, the proper names that you need to use, and the reason why you are writing. These are all most of the time mentioned in the question. So if you don't double check, you just might screw up your whole answer. So saying, let's check out the format of business letter. Keeping those in mind, draw the borders and begin with sender's name in the left corner. Next is the date. Remember the format in which date should be written, and below it, the recipient's name, designation, and address. Then we begin with the salutation, sir or ma'am or both, whichever is applicable. And if you don't know, you use them both. Remembering that everything should be in left line, we begin with our introduction. As pointed out here, you clearly and briefly mention the purpose of the letter in this portion. The body is the paragraph where you elaborate the purpose of your letter. It is advisable to use numbers, as in registration number or receipt number, complaint number, etc., and use of proper names, of course, and dates for accuracy and factual information. Then finally, in our conclusion, we may put in our concluding remarks or earnestly requesting gratitude, reminder, or even warning in certain cases. But of course, remember to keep the whole thing short and on point. Then comes yours faithfully or sincerely, followed by the sender's name and signature, designation and company, department's name. Sometimes the business letters require some Xerox or carbon copies or even original receipt attached to it for proof. So in such cases, we should mention the documents copies attached at the end. Some use subject and some don't. Practically, it is just optional, so don't worry. Besides, if we go by the text, subject is not mentioned in the NBSC text. But even if you mention the subject, like in application, it is not wrong. Here is an example of business letter. Alex P., the manager, is writing to the general manager of Continental Appliances, inquiring about some items in their store. Alex wants to buy some goods from Continental Appliances and so has written an inquiry business letter. Since it is an inquiry letter, we have not used the enclosing of documents or attachment of Xerox copies. It's not necessary in a inquiry letter. But if it was about returning of damaged goods or refund and all, we might need to enclose documents. In the introduction, with a quick introduction of himself, he has mentioned that he wants to ask about the rates of some items in the body. We also see that he asked about the discounts, exchange policy, shipping policy, and uh, rates of some items he was interested in, and also inquired about the payment of the goods. Then he signs off with his name and signature, designation, and address. This is how we write a business letter. Thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.